Alrighty, hello everyone. My name is When It Gets Bread. Good morning to all of you, or depending whenever you're watching this, good afternoon and good evening. So, right now I just wanted to do maybe a 30 or 45 minute video, and in this video we're going to be looking at these two budget decks I've put together using some of the more recent Sword and Shield sets. As you can see, we have the Hisuian Samurott in this deck. This is a Water and Dark deck, using some of the Hisuian Pokemon like Basculegion, and of course Hisuian Samurott. And on this deck, we have some Fire, Fighting, and Steel type Pokemon, as well as some Dragon mixed in there. On this deck, this is the one I made about this morning or so, and it involves the Magma Basin, as well as some of these Fighting and or Steel type Pokemon that, if you have any fire energy attached, you add more damage to their attacks. So yeah, let's see what happens with these two decks I just literally put together using bulk in my room. So yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm just going to go and shuffle them now, and we'll be doing a full battle, I guess. So 6 prize cards. Yeah. Well, okay.
One second, because I'm gonna tell you something first. Sorry. Just later, because I'm gonna tell you something.
Alright, so now we're just going to do a 6 prize card thing. Hello, Chrome Nelson. Thank you so much for tuning in. How have you been? It's been a while. So we're just going to be doing a 6 prize deck game. So let's get those sorted out. First, I'll shuffle. I figured out how to shuffle recently, so I'm just starting out on how to do the shuffle like this. Might not be shuffled well, but I'll just have to go with it. I've been shuffling them basically this whole morning a few times, and before the stream as well. So now they're double shuffled, I guess, if you'd like to say that. Everything is going well. Thank you so much for asking. It's right now, I think, the 4th week of summer vacation, or third week of summer vacation with me, and yeah, it's just extremely warm where I'm at, but it's been going well. That's good. I'm glad that everything's been good with you as well. Okay, that one's all shuffled. Now let's go and shuffle this one. Move that. That's fine. We're gonna draw cards in a little bit anyways. Alright. These sleeves are a little bit wonky, so it's kind of harder to shuffle them. So right there, I kind of messed up, but I'll just split the difference and move them across, I guess, random areas. And some of these are actually going inside the other cards, which I don't like. Be doing that. They should be airtight, sealed. This is not a real game, so I do apologize about the mess up with the shuffling. Once again, these sleeves are basically new. They've been in the packaging, but it looks like they've all got bent. So I think that's been the problem. Alright, so now we'll draw 7 cards from each deck to start our hand. I'll put the hands off screen, but they'll be face upwards, so let's do this. Oh, these aren't shuffled well, I could tell. Yeah, these aren't shuffled well. Oh well, let's just go with it, you know. Here. Shuffle them a little bit more. There we go. You have summer workouts for football, and it's so hot outside. Yeah, I feel ya. It's ridiculous, kind of, how hot it is. It's not even the middle of summer yet, which is very astounding. Alright, I'm going to put the decks like this. The hands, again, will be off screen, but I will reveal my hands every once in a while like that to the camera, so all of you could follow along. And do you know what? I guess this could be a tutorial as well on how to play the Pokemon card game. I'm kind of a little rusty on it since it's been a while since I've actually did a match like in a tournament or something like that. Well, except for the pre-release that I went to for Astral Radiance, but other than that, I'm quite rusty, but I think I still have all the rules down like I remember them. Alright, shuffle them again. Once again, these sleeves are messed up, but I'm just going to double shuffle this one because the other one wasn't as shuffled. Looks like this one's going to be a bit easier of a shuffle, and I'm just going to move these to the top. Why not? Alright, now 7 from this. 7 cards for your hand at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is our hand for the second deck. Alright. At least we have one basic Pokemon. That's what we're going to need. Yeah, how hot is it going to be in the middle of the summer? That's the question right now, because where I'm at, it's already hitting 90s. Well, it's 85 today, but it's supposed to hit 90s soon. So here's the hand for the other deck. And when you're drawing the 7 cards, you want at least one basic Pokemon in your hand. If you don't get a basic Pokemon, you declare a mulligan. You could shuffle these cards back and draw 7 again. But then when the other player draws, they draw an extra card for each mulligan you get. So now we put our basic Pokemon like that. If we had more, we could put them to the side, but sadly do not in that hand at least. And same goes here. So if we have any basic Pokemon, I choose one of them to put in the active spot. Let's see. I'll do this one. I'll put Basculin in the active spot. And any of the other basics, you could put them on the bench if you'd like to. Yeah. Yeah, alright, I'll do a little bit of a tutorial here while I'm talking through it. I don't mind doing that. I'd love to help try and get some people started on this as well. So, once again, if you have any basic Pokemon in your starting hand, you could put one of them as your active spot right here. This is the other deck, but active spot, and then your bench, you could put up to 5. I chose to put the other basics on my bench, and it's probably a good idea to have some Pokemon on your bench just in case, because if you don't have any on your bench, you'll lose the game because you can't bring a Pokemon up. Alrighty, so I think we're good to go. If this was a real match, what you would do is a coin flip, but since it's just me playing against myself, really, I'll be going first and second no matter what, so... Alright, I am going to actually go and pretend the Water and Dark deck is going first. So, on your first turn, if you're the first person on your first turn and you're going first, you can't attack, so that's the one downside. Nor can you evolve, nor can you use a supporter card in Sword and Shield rules. So, every time you start your turn, you'll want to draw a card. I already drew a card, and the new card in my hand was this Dewat. And since it is the first turn, I can't attack. Since I went first, I can't attack on my first turn. But the person who's going second on their first turn, yes, they can attack. So, again, draw a card. Now, this is our updated hand. During a turn, you could play as many trainers as you'd like that are items. You could play as many, you could use as many abilities, unless it says on the rules, 1 ability per card that has this ability and whatnot. You could place only 1 energy per turn, unless an attack or an ability or an item lets you place more. You could play a stadium, but on each player's first turn, you just can't play a supporter, nor can you evolve. So, since we are going second on our first turn, we can attack as well. So I'm going to go and... Oh, shoot, I forgot about prize cards. Sorry about that. We need to... Okay, so prize cards. This tutorial is already falling apart, so pretend these 6 prize cards are at the top after we got our deck. So let's just skip backwards. So a game will have 6 prize cards on each player's side. They come from their deck. You put these face down. You could arrange them One of my friends likes to do them in a poker style where you make like this little fan thing going on like that, so it's neat and fancy. But yeah, you need 6 prize cards. They face down, and each time you knock out an opponent's Pokemon, you grab one and put it in your hand. So let me get the prize cards for this side as well. 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're just practicing with your friend and whatnot, you could, of course, lower the number of prize cards if you want a quicker match. Like in pre-release tournaments, they'll only do 3 prize cards for a 40-card deck, and sometimes with my friend and my neighbor, when we're practicing, we just do a 3 prize card game, so it's much quicker. Alrighty, so prize card, I'm gonna alternate like that. Discard pile will be up here. Discard pile, they're cards that you get rid of, knocked out Pokemon, energies when you're retreating, and supporters as well, or stadiums. So you put those Pokemon cards in your discard pile up, face up. Alrighty, so let's get back here. Alright, so it's still my turn. On this side, it's still the Axew's turn. So I'm going to play this item, the Hisuian Heavy Ball, and usually Trainer Pokeball item cards allow you to search your deck for a Pokemon or swap out. In this case, the Hisuian Heavy Ball will let us look down at our face cards and find a basic Pokemon there, and now we're going to put this Hisuian Heavy Ball in place as a face-down prize card, but we get to move that basic Pokemon to our hand. So let's go and use this Hisuian Heavy Ball. We'll look at our prize cards, and do we see a basic Pokemon? Well, we see a stage 2, we see a couple of energies and trainers. Oh, look at this. We have a basic Pokemon, it's a Heatran. So, basic Pokemon doesn't mean a non-evolved Pokemon. It could be a V Pokemon, or a Radiant Pokemon, or a Legendary, like this Heatran. It's a basic Pokemon even though it's a Legendary. So I could swap this Heatran with my Hisuian Heavy Ball. I just need to make sure I shuffle these afterwards so I don't know which prize card I'm gonna still get. And now this Heatran is in my hand, and look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this guy on the bench. I don't know if you could see that, but let me move everything down a little bit so you could see the bench. My camera isn't going all the way at the top, so I need to do that. There we go. So these are prize cards. There's the bench for the Team Axio, I guess, if we want to call it that. And each turn, remember, we could still attach an energy if we'd like to, so let's go and give a fighting energy to Axio. And we could still attack, but once we attack, our turn ends, so let's use this attack of the Axio. Actually, I'm going to just flip all the cards like this, so everyone can see them. There we go. They wouldn't be in this orientation when you're playing an actual game, but just so people could read it along with me when I'm doing all the attacks and whatnot, I'll just keep them like this. So Ultra Evolution, flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a Haxorus and put it onto Axio to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. Since this is an attack, I think you can still evolve on the first turn. It's just if the Haxorus was already in our hand, which there is one Haxorus in our hand, we can't put that one down, but we could use this attack to find a Haxorus in our deck. Okay, so how do you flip a coin using a dice? So how do you do that is usually the odd numbers, so 10 or 1, 3, and 5, or 10, 20, and 30, and this, they're all even, but the first number in the set of 10. So 1, 3, and 5 will be odd, which is heads, and then even 2, 4, 6 ending with a 0, that'll be tails. So we need a heads, so we need an odd number as the first number, and looks like it fell off, and it's even, sadly, so we don't get to search for the Haxorus. Alrighty. Alright, second turn on Team Basculin. I'm going to go and draw a card, and we got an Oshawott, alright. Now, since this is our second turn on Team Basculin, we can now evolve Pokemon as many times as we like, but they have to be different Pokemon. I can't just go Dewott on the Oshawott and then straight to Samurott. No, I need to wait a turn. So I could put that Dewott down, that's fine. Also, I could put this Hisuian Overquill down as well. And you don't need to evolve all at the same time. You could space it out a bit, like what if I want to use this Hisuian Heavy Ball now? So once again on the Hisuian Heavy Ball, we could look at our prize cards and find a basic Pokemon and replace it with the Hisuian Heavy Ball, but it doesn't look like we don't have a basic Pokemon. These are all stage 1s or stage 2s, or stage 1s, yeah. These are all stage 1, sorry about that. Energies or trainer cards. We can't replace the Hisuian Heavy Ball with any of those. Therefore, we need to make sure these are shuffled, and that Hisuian Heavy Ball goes into our discard pile, which will be right here. Right above our prize cards, right there. This is not how you would set it up in an actual game, mind you, but since we're a little bit constrained on space, we're just going to have to make do. Alright, now my hand is over here. And let's see. Let's go and gather the crew. Alright, so now I'm going to use this Basculin's attack, which is gather the crew, and it'll let us for 0 energy cost. We don't have any energy attached to this thing yet. For 0 energy cost, I could search up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto my bench. Then I'll have to shuffle. Alright, so let's do that. After I do this, though, my turn ends. So I have to pick someone good. Let's see. Let's get another... Can I find another Oshawott? Alright, I'm going to get an Oshawott as well as an Absol. And now those are going to go on my bench. And I'm going to shuffle afterwards, and it'll be Team Axiu's turn. Alright, I don't have any more space for the... Okay, there we go. Right, now I'm going to just go and shuffle these off camera so I have more room. Alrighty, all shuffled. Alright, that was my attack, so Team Basculin's turn has ended, and now it's off to Team Axiu. Alright, there's our hand. We're going to draw a card. Looks like we have another Axiu. Very cute. And let's see, what do I want to do? How about let's get some damage on this. Alright, so I'm going to attach my energy. Again, you can attach 1 energy per turn unless you have an ability or an item that lets you do so more times. So there we go. We have a fighting and a steel. The reason why I'm doing this is you always want to think ahead when you're playing the Pokemon card game. Because look, I could get this Haxorus to evolve this Axiu. You could use that Ultra Evolution if we get lucky with our coin flip. And look at the energy required. We have a fighting and a steel. Our Axiu is ready. We just need to get that coin flip. Alright, so I think that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to go and use Ultra Evolution again. I'm going to move this away. Alright, so heads again would be 1, 3, and 5. Even would be our tails, which is 2, 4, 6. Alright, I'm going to roll this. And of course it goes off the table. And we get an odd number. We got this number right here. We got a 3. Sorry about that. I think the Oshawott fell. There we go. We got a 3, so we get to search our deck for a Haxorus and put it on there as evolving it. Sweet. Alright, let's see if we have a Haxorus in here. There we are. Alright, now we're going to evolve it. Evolving a Pokemon will get rid of status conditions, I think. I need to read up on that, but pretty sure they haven't changed that at all. So now it's evolved to Haxorus. Alrighty, now we just have to shuffle this, and I'll begin the next turn shortly. Alrighty, now this is all shuffled. And now it's the end of our turn since we attacked. And now it's Team Basculin's turn. Alright. I'm going to draw another card. Look at that. We have some evolutions we can do right now. Looks like we need some energy, though, which sometimes that kills the game. It's when you don't have any energy. Alright, I think I am going to go and... let's evolve the Dewat to a Hisuian Samurott. And... oh... we're going to get KO'd here no matter what it looks like, so I'd rather lose a Hisuian Basculin than lose a Hisuian Basculegion, because I might need this later. I still have some Hisuian Basculegion and Basculin in my deck, I know that for sure, but let's not throw one of these to the wind yet. Let's keep that as Hisuian Basculin, even though I know that we're going to probably get knocked out. Alrighty, so... you could pass in an actual game. That means you don't want to attack or everything's finished. You don't want to attack and you just say pass. Alright, now next player. Alright, I'm drawing a card and this goes back to something new actually. So the Magma Basin, as you can see, is a stadium card. Now you could play a stadium card and usually it'll affect both players. So throughout the whole game unless another stadium card comes into play. So, as you can see in this rule box, the stadium stays in play when you play it. Discard if another stadium comes into play. If a stadium with the same name is in play, you can't play this card. Alright, so, since I don't see another stadium known as Magma Basin in play, let's go and play this. You'll have to read the rules on it first. Once during each player's turn, the player may attach a fire energy card from the discard pile to one of their benched Pokemon. Benched fire Pokemon. Sorry about that. If a player attached energy to a Pokemon in this way, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Now you might be thinking, why would I use this in this deck? Well, if you look at some of the Pokemon, hopefully that we'll pull out of it later, they actually require damage counters on them to do more damage. So we're going to put this up there and hopefully we could set some of those Pokemon up. Alright, so... now that's my hand. I've drawn my card. I don't want to play any items. I can attach an energy, which fairly should, especially if we have a Heatran here and a fire energy in our hand. As you can see, that second attack, if this Pokemon has any fire energy attached, now it does. This Pokemon's attack will do 80 more damage, so 80 plus 80, so that's 160. We could set that up right now. Alrighty, so now I'm going to attack with Wild Axe. So as you can see, it does 160 and we still do 130 to itself. So I'm going to put a 30 damage counter on here. This Basculin is now knocked out, unfortunately, and we're going to put in the discard. Whenever you knock out a Pokemon, you take one of your prize cards and you put it in your hand. Oh, look at that. We got another Magma Basin. Alrighty. Next, before you do your turn on Team Basculin, well, the Basculin got knocked out, but now we have to move something up before we start attacking again. So let's move up this Hisuian Overquill. You'll see in a little bit why I chose the Hisuian Overquill over the Absol or Samurott or Oshawott in a little bit. So we're going to draw our card because we're starting our turn. We got a Dark Patch. We might use that later. And yeah, we can't do anything else right now. Okay, so I've been getting pretty bad hands on this deck right now, right? But look, our Hisuian Overquill has an attack that we could use for 0 energy. The Tormenting Poison attack will poison the opponent's Pokemon, and instead of 1 damage counter, you put 5 damage counters. Alright, so when a Pokemon is poisoned, it's affected by a special condition. Like if you play the Pokemon game, you have these special conditions like the Pokemon becoming asleep, becoming paralyzed, becoming burned, becoming confused, becoming poisoned, or becoming frozen. The frozen one isn't really in the TCG, actually, but the other main ones are. So when a Pokemon is poisoned, you put a poison marker on the Pokemon. So I do have a poison marker. Let me just find it. It's in this box. So you need to bring yourself some poison markers if you're using a deck that has poison Pokemon in it, I guess. So here's our poison marker. Fell out. here's our poison marker. They look like this. So we're going to put that on there. And now, let's see what else poisoning does. I have the rule book right here. I could show the rule book. This is for the TCG rotation that we're currently in as of making this video. Okay, so we put a damage counter on your poison Pokemon, but since it's telling us to put 5 instead of 1, we'll just put 5. So that's like 50 things of damage. So 30 plus 50, that'll be 80. So we'll need a higher damage counter. So 80 right now. There we go. A Pokemon cannot have 2 poison markers. An attack gives another poison marker. The new poison condition simply replaces the old one. Make sure your poison markers look different from your damage counters. And again, removing a special condition. Any special condition. Let's see. The only special conditions that prevent Pokemon from retreating are asleep and paralyzed. So that means poisoned. Poisoned can be healed by retreating or evolving, looks like. So yeah, we could retreat on this Pokemon if we want. We'll get rid of the poison damage. And then there's also something else. There's something called Pokemon Checkup. So Pokemon Checkup, again, is with special conditions where in between turns, before the game continues to the next player, you'll need to take care of the special conditions, which we've read for poisoned. And so, let's see. Okay, so you can't add poison damage, then apply an ability, then flip for a sleep. You can't do that. So you have to. There's an order in here which we'll be following. Alrighty, so with that Hisuian Overquill, now this thing is poisoned. We could retreat if we want to. We could bring in the Heatran once it's our turn, which it is, or we could just keep the Haxorus in there. I think what I would do in this situation, if this was an actual game, I would just keep the Haxorus in, because look, we're going to be able to take this thing out, you know, with our Wild Axe ability, our Wild Axe attack. So I'm going to just keep it in. So let's draw a card for Team Axiu's turn. That's what we have right now. Okay, so now we're just going to use Wild Axe. So that's going to do a KO on our Overquill, unfortunately. So we're going to put it in the discard pile over there. And we're going to do 30 damage to ourselves. So I'm going to just move this. I'm going to move this to 110. And now I'm going to bring up another Pokemon from this side. Looks like I will be bringing out... I don't want to waste my Samurott. You know what? Let's put our Absol in here. We're still not done yet. We still have that Pokemon Checkup to take into account. So, Pokemon Checkup again. Poison ability. Don't do anything other than just place another damage counter. But each of our damage counters will be doing 50 because of the Tormenting Poison. So... we're at 160. This thing has 10 HP left. Can you believe that? So I really like the poison ability in this card game. Alright, so now we draw a card for Team Basculin's turn. Look at that, it's another cool fish. Alright. And since we do have that Samurott on here, we have an ability actually in play. You could use as many abilities as you want before you attack or end your turn. Unless it says in the abilities text, you could only apply one of these abilities. This one right here doesn't say that, so if we had like 3 or 4 Samurott on our bench, we could use that ability as many times as we want for each of the Samurott we have. But since we only have one currently, let's just use one ability of Wily Stance. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. Alright, so I am going to discard... I'm going to discard the Dark Patch. I don't think we have any energy right now. 1, 2, there we go. There's some energy. 3, alright. So that was from the ability from our Hisuian Samurott. You could use abilities from Pokemon on your bench and you're active, unless the text of the ability tells you to do so otherwise. Alright, so now let's go and use... we could attach an energy on this Absol. And now we have enough energy for its first attack here, Swirling Disaster. Let me lower it so it can be seen in the camera. So Swirling Disaster does 10 damage to each of the opponent's Pokemon, right? So I think that's what I'm going to use. So by doing that, we KO the Haxorus. So now all these go away, and the Haxorus goes into the discard pile. So we're going to move all the cards attached to the discard like that. And now we have to draw a prize card because we defeated a Pokemon. So this super effective glasses from our prize cards will be going to our hand, like so. There we go. Now the other team will have to put up a new Pokemon from their bench. If they fail to, you automatically win the game. Alright, so I'm going to again put everything like that so we can see them on camera. Alright, so now it's a Heatran, but let's start our game officially by placing another bench Pokemon just to be safe. Can't see it, but it's up there. There we go. And we could also attach an energy if we'd like to. Let's add another energy to Heatran. So now we have 2 fires, but we're good. The Magma Basin is still in effect, but since Heatran isn't a fire Pokemon, and this card, I know Heatran in the game is a fire Pokemon, but in the card, it's a steel Pokemon only, and so whenever we attach fire energy, it doesn't really matter. Won't do us damage. Okay, so Heatran has an attack that we could use for 2 colorless energies. So when you have something that says 2 colorless energies, that means any kind of energy will work for that attack. So we just need 2 of them. This bottom attack here, where it has 2 metal and 1 colorless, that means you need 2 metal energy and 1 whatever type of energy. It could be water, it could be electric, it doesn't matter. But we could use this top attack called Guard Claw, and during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. Alright, so let's go and use that on the Absol. Absolutely, we'll use that Guard Claw attack. There we go. Sorry for my bad pun there. And that's the end of our turn. On Team Basculin, let's draw a card, and it's another energy. So now we could attach it to someone if we'd like to. I am going to actually attach it to the Samurott, I think. Yeah, I'm going to attach it to the Samurott. You don't always have to attach the energy to the Pokemon in the active spot. You could do it to the bench Pokemon as well. Alright, now I am actually going to, do I have, yep, I could evolve someone. Look at this. We have another Hisuian Overcool. Do you remember what that thing does? It poisons you for 50 damage per Pokemon Checkup, so you might be handy later. Alright, so Absol still only has 1 dark energy. We could retreat and bring the Samurott in if we wanted to. But if we try and attack, it's not going to do anything because we do 10 damage. But this thing used Guard Claw. 10 minus 30 is a negative number. It's not going to do any damage. Alrighty, so next turn on Team Axew. We have Professor's Research. Again, with supporter cards, you can only play 1 supporter card per turn. So let's see if we could actually use this with our hand. If we don't want anything in our hand currently, we could use this card and get a fresh set of 7 cards in our hand. So, but before we do, it might be useful to like check if there's actually anything we could do beforehand, because once we put this thing away, we can't do so. We can't do anything with it. Alright, I am going to put down... Can't really do anything, actually. I am going to go and put this fighting energy on the Axew, just in case we need to play it and we get the coin flip. Now, I am going to play the Professor's Research. You could do that in any order, so make sure you use up the cards that you know you'll need later before you're playing something like Professor's Research, because you'll have to discard your hand, and then you'll get to draw 7 cards. Alright, so let's do that. We're discarding all of that. That's our hand. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So we got a nice mix here. We have some stadium, so we could play a new stadium if we'd like to. We have Gym Trainer. We have Energy Recycler. We have Avery. Oops. We dropped Avery. Sorry about that. A Gutsy Pickaxe and a not a Monferno. I'm being silly. Monferno isn't a bird. We have a Moltres. I'm going to actually put this Moltres on the bench like that. It's up there. There we go. And now, should I use any of these? If your Pokemon is... I'll use a... Oh wait, no. We already used a supporter. That's the catch. You can only use one supporter card. Gutsy Pickaxe. Let's try this Gutsy Pickaxe. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a fighting energy, attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. If it's not a fighting energy, put it into your hand. Alright, so let's see what we get. The top card. Oh, look at that. It's another Professor's Research. Okay, so we just put that in our hand. Okay, now we're going to attack for Guard Claw again. So we're going to do another 30 damage to Absol, getting that to 60. So we have 40 HP left on the Absol. Let's go Team Basculin. There's the Pokemon from our drawing to start the turn. Doesn't look like we could do much, but yeah. Alright, we're kind of in a pickle. We're not going to be doing any damage to the Heatran, but if we use Swirling Disaster, remember, that does 10 damage to all the benched Pokemon on their side. So, that means we could put 10 damage on both the Moltres and the Axew. We need those energies really badly on Team Basculin. Alright, so there's 10 and 10. Okay, that was the attack for Team Basculin. Let's go on Team Axew's side, and look at that, we got a Hisuian Growlithe. That's a new card from Astral Radiance, which is the most recent set. I'm going to actually put this on my bench right here. Let me move over these guys. There we go. I know you can't see it, but it's over on my bench on the upper left. Do we have anything here that we could use? We could use the Gym Trainer now. You could only use one supporter per turn. Let's use the Gym Trainer. Draw 2 cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 2 more cards. Alright, so we're just going to draw 2 cards. Pokemon's still alive. Fighting Energy, very nice. And a Metal Energy. Okay, now we got something nice. So, with this Metal Energy, I am going to... I don't know. Actually, do I have a Fire Energy? No, I do not. I do not have a Fire Energy. Okay. Let's go and put down... Let's put down a Metal Energy on the Heatran. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Let's do that. We can't use Iron Hammer yet, but we could still use Guard Claw. So let's use Guard Claw. Alright, so this is going to go to 90. Let me get a different counter. There we are. 90, so we're on 10 HP. Let's draw a card to start our turn on that side. Ooh, it's another Oshawott. We're getting stung. We need those energies. Where are they? We need energy. Alright, let's do another Swirling Disaster. So we need 10 on the new Hisuian Growlithe. And these go to 20. There we go. There we go. And if we ever knock out one of the benched Pokemon, I know you can't see them because they're off screen, but if we ever knock out a benched Pokemon, we still take a prize card. That still counts as a KO. Alright, I'm going to draw a card for Team Axew. Look at that, it's an Ultra Ball. Okay, so you may use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I think I'm good right now, but later on I think we might use that ability. Let's see. Who could I discard? Did I discard the 2 energy recyclers? I do not know. I think I'm going to save those. I am actually going to just use Avery here, and we're going to draw 3 cards. If you drew any cards in this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. We have 3 on that side, that's fine. So let's draw 3 cards. Let's see what we get. Moltres. Ooh, look at that. Hisuian Arcanine. Do you know what we could do now, right? We still haven't placed our energy for this turn, but look what we have. We have a Metal Energy. Bam! Now we're using that iron hammer once we get all these things down. We could put this on the Hisuian Growlithe and evolve it. Look at that. Bam! Alright, now let's use our guard... No, not guard claw. We have enough for iron hammer. If this Pokemon has any fire energy attached to... Let me get to the bottom here. There's the fire energy. This attack does 80 more damage. Okay, so that's 160 damage versus something that has 10 HP. That's a KO. Those go into the discard pile. I bring up another Pokemon in a little bit. Let me take a prize card from Team Axiu's side. Oh, look at that. Another fire energy. Sweet. Okay. Okay, pick your poison. Which one are we bringing up? Let's see. How about we just pick our poison and bring up the Hisuian Overquill? Alrighty. Now we have Hisuian Overquill in play. Let me turn it again this way so we could read it on camera. Alrighty. Now we draw a card. Ooh, we have a Marnie. That might be a good idea right now, actually. Alright, so Marnie is one of the cards they'll see in almost every deck right now. Even the ones that have VMAXs and Pokemon V in them. They'll play Marnie. One of my friends from one of the tournaments told me this sage advice. When in doubt, just play a Marnie. So let's play a Marnie. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it onto the bottom of their deck. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 4. So I am actually going to do that. So Marnie is down, discard pile. These go to the bottom of our deck, like this. Swoop. And we draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I actually like this hand. We haven't evolved yet, or we haven't attacked yet, so we could attach that on there, and we could attach an energy to our Hisuian Samurott. So I'm going to put Dark, and I'm going to put this pot helmet, maybe? No, I'm going to save that pot helmet for later. We're going to save it for later. But our opponent still does the discard and draw 4 cards from the Marnie, so we're going to get rid of all of these nice cards and put them at the bottom of Team Axiu's deck, like that. We're going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about that. They're a little bit upside down. There we go. Alright, so that's our new hand. Alrighty. Okay, now I think it's ready to attack. Let's use Tormenting Poison. So we'll need our poison counter. We'll be putting 50. There we go. Alright, drawing a card on Team Axiu's side. We get another adorable Hisuian Growlithe. Can we do anything else? No, I don't think we can. We can do, however, we could do our Iron Hammer attack again and KO the Overquill. So let's use Iron Hammer. We get a prize card for Team Axiu and Team Overquill, or I should say Team Basculin's Overquill is in the discard pile, sadly. And we now move up a Pokemon. So who should we move up, do you think? I'd say let's move up the Hisuian Samurott. Let's move up Hisuian Samurott. Alright. So now I draw a card for Team Basculin's turn. Ooh, look at that. We have Cynthia's Ambition. Okay, so this is actually a good thing to have in your deck as well. A lot of decks have Cynthia's Ambition, and it allows you to draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, which did happen because of the Heatran's so darn strong, draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand instead. Alright, so I'm going to discard this thing. We have 3 cards in our hand. Let's draw 5 more to get 8. 2, 4, and 5. Alrighty. Perfect. Alright, now I'm going to actually attach this pot helmet to Samurott. I'm going to just cover its face because we don't really... It's just 170 HP up there in the name of the card. And let's see if I can do anything else while we're here. Oh, look at that. We could attach an energy still. Might as well do that. Swoop. Now we could use Dark Mastery if we want to, but we're not going to use it yet. We still want to do that. We are going to evolve the Dewat that was on our bench this whole time to Hisuian Samurott. And now we're also going to use this Switching Cup. Switching Cup. Switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. Do we have something we want to switch out? Let's see. Let's switch out Silene with Canceling Cologne. Alright. Okay, so before we attack, we could actually use abilities. So we have Wily Stance. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 3. Let's get rid of that Canceling Cologne. I don't think we need it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, got some more energies. Perfect. And also, we have another one of those. We have another Wily Stance, because this ability doesn't say you can only play one of these abilities on your turn. We could actually play as many as we want. We could play up to 4, technically, but I don't have 4 Samurott in this deck, unfortunately. So we could do it twice. So let's discard a card from our hand. Who's the lucky winner? Let's see. I'd get rid of Dark Patch, I think. Yeah, let's get rid of Dark Patch. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now I'm going to put the Absol on the bench. Alright. I'm going to use the Switching Cups just in case we get something good. We saw how to do that earlier. We used Cynthia's Ambition, I think, already, so we can't use that Choi yet, but next turn, probably. Alright, now we could actually attack. That's the beauty of the games when you start strategizing and stuff. You do multiple things in a turn. You just make sure to do everything before you attack, because you want to do in the right order in case you discard a card that you accidentally needed later and whatnot. So, attack last, do everything beforehand. Alrighty, now we use Dark Mastery. I apologize, let me turn this over. Let me put that pot helmet at the... or I'll keep it to the side like that so we could easily reference it. We'll need that later when the Heatran attacks. Dark Mastery. If this attack will do 20 more damage for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Alright, so let's count our energies. 1, 2, 3. 3 on that one. So 20, 40, 60 plus 60. That's 120 damage. Will it KO it? Yes! Just barely about to KO it. Okay, so now we remove these. The Heatran has been KO'd. We defeated the Heatran, guys. Alrighty. Now those go away. We take a prize card. Sweet, Hisuian Overquill. And they move one card up. So who would they put? I guess they would... Let's put the Moltres. Let's switch this Moltres into our active spot on Team XU. There we go. There's our new Moltres. Alright, so now Team Axe's turn. Aw, Hisuian Growlithe. A cutie. Alright, I don't have any energy. Pass. We can't attack, sadly. Alright. Now it's Team Basculin's turn. We drew a card. It's a Dark Energy. Very nifty. Now we could play another supporter, because it's one supporter per turn. Let's play Choi. So Choi says each player reveals their hand and draw 3 cards. Well, I've been revealing both of the hands, so we just need to worry about the draw 3 cards part. Quillfish. Who do we get here? Dark Energy. And Dark Patch. Alrighty, sounds good. Let's put a Dark Energy on the Samurott. Hiya! Now let's use our Wily Stance ability, so we must discard a card from our hand and then draw 3. Let's discard Dark Patch, and 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now let's discard... I'm going to discard the super effective glasses. I don't think there's anything in here we're going to be hitting super effectively with our dark type, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put this Voltorb and... let's see, where is it? I thought I had it in here. I guess I didn't. Oh well. I'm gonna save... oh wait. I'm going to actually put this on our bench as well. I'm just going to put it on top of the Absol. Have we attached energy yet? Yes, we have, because that Samurott has. Okay, so we can't attach an energy yet. We have something to evolve the Quillfish. Can you guys guess what it is? Sab the baddie. Just followed you, maybe follow me back. Oh yes, for sure. I'll do it after this stream, Sab the babby. Thank you so much for the follow. Alright, now where was I? We used both of our Wily stances. We put new bench Pokemon down. Looks like the last thing to do is, unless I want to use an item, which we already have. Oh, here we go. There we go. We need another one of those. Alright. Now, we can attack. So let's use Dark Mastery again. We have the 3 cards, energy cards on the Samurotts at 60. We have another one over here, if I remember correctly, underneath the other Samurott, so that's another 20. So 80 plus 60, 140. And Goodnight Moltres. That's another KO. And we take another prize card. There we are. It's a Dark Energy, so that could be useful later. Alright, now they move up one Pokemon. Let's move up Hisuian Arcanine. Let me flip it over. There we go. Alrighty. Let's draw a card, Team Axew. They have an Ultra Ball. Alrighty. Let's see now, again, their hand. Or our hand, actually. Let's see what I want to do. Ooh, how about we get rid of the Magma Basin and we put this old cemetery down instead. So let's get rid of this discard pile. Now, old cemetery, this is why I'm playing this. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So that's going to put pressure on both Team Axew and Team Basculin. Whenever we put in energy, since none of these cards are psychic Pokemon, we're going to be putting 2 damage counters on it. Alright, it might speed up the game, who knows. Alright, let's do that. Seeing Growlithe on the bench. We should look for the other Heatran. Let's look for the other Heatran. Or wait, nah. Maybe it's in the... Let's see the prize card. So again, Hisuian Heavy Ball. Saw this earlier. Let's go and check. Nope, it's not there. So discard that. Can't attack. We don't have enough energy on this thing. So we're going to hit a pass. And now we draw a card for Team Basculin. We have Hisuian Heavy Ball. We have... Let's see... Yeah, that was from the thing. We could evolve this thing to Overquill. We can attach an energy to our other Samurott. So I'm going to lift this up here and do that. There we go. And let's see, we could play a supporter. Let's play a supporter if we can. You have a Marnie. I think I'm okay. I'm not gonna play supporter. Alright, now we could use our Wily Stance abilities, so let's use that. Again, for Wily Stance, we discard a card from our hand, gonna discard Hisuian Heavy Ball, draw 3. You want to be careful if you have all these things that say draw 3 cards or whatnot. If you keep drawing cards, your deck is gonna get low, and once you can't draw any more cards from your deck, guess what happens? The other person wins, so if there's no cards left, or there's like 1 or 2, I used Wily Stance. Whoop, I just gave them the game, so I just gave the other person the game because I lost. I can't draw any more cards. Alright, so I think I'm going to be good with that. I'm going to just not use the other Wily Stance in fear of me ending my game. So, now let's go and use Dark Mastery. So we know we have 2 energy cards now here. The set's 40. And then there's 3 here, so that's 60 plus 40 plus 60. That's 160. So 160 is going to knock out the Hisuian Arcanine. And in there. Okay, next person up. Oh, no, this doesn't look good, but we're going to put this Axew. We're going to put the Axew down. Alright. And we're going to draw another prize card. It's a Hisuian Overquill, if anyone's wondering. Okay, so now Team Axew, it's looking grim for them, but let's see what happens. Crystal Cave. Alright, oh, I forgot the damage counter. Yeah, because of the old cemetery. Forgot about that. Alright, I am going to, let's see, let's place another Axiom Growlithe, just in case. I don't want it to die. I don't want it to die. Alright. Hopefully we get the Ultra Evolution down. I think that might save us. 100. Yeah. See if I have an energy on here. Do I have a metal? I need a metal energy. Oh, no, I don't. I can do the Ultra Evolution. Hopefully I still have a Haxorus open. Okay, so Ultra Evolution again. We need an odd number. Then we could search our deck for Haxorus and then place it on there to evolve and then shuffle afterwards. So we got an odd number. We got 3. Let's look for Haxorus. There's one. Alrighty, we're going to evolve to Haxorus. And we're going to do Slash. It looks like we have enough to do Slash. So let's use Slash. That's going to be my turn. Alright. Now they're going to use Slash as a 60 damage move. But look what we have. We have Pot Helmet. So if the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box. Let's see a rule box in the Hisuian Samurott. It takes 30 less damage from attacks on your opponent's Pokemon. Alrighty, so that 60 damage move is actually going to be 30 damage. So let's get 30 damage onto Hisuian Samurott. Alright, Team Basculin's turn. Hisuian Basculin, alright. Let's attach another energy to our Hisuian Samurott just in case. There we go. That's going to kick that up to 40. There we go. Did I attach an energy? Nope, I did not. Alright. Let's just play Choi. Choi again, draw 3 cards. We're getting very thin, but I'm not going to be using the Wily stance this time around. Alright. Oh, I should have put the Hisuian Basculin down. We could have evolved it. Alrighty. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Alright. It's our hand. Alright, now you know the drill. Let's use our Dark Mastery. Okay, so that's 60, 60. That's 120 plus 60, 180. And that Haxorus is KO'd. Alrighty. We are winning, Team Basculin. Team Basculin fans rejoice. All around the globe. Alright, we got a Dark Energy from our prize cards. Goes over here. Okay, now they bring up a Pokemon. Let's use Hisuian Growlithe. They draw a card. Team Axie draws a card. Oh, it's a Heatran. Heatran. Okay. Now, let's see what we want to do. We don't have any energy, but we can use Defensive Posture. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. Alright, so we need an odd number on our dice flip. Right? Alright, it's a 1. So we do prevent all damage done to us in Team Basculin's turn from the Samurott. Alright, so Team Basculin will draw a card. It's a Hisuian Basculegion. And, well, I'm not going to put any energy down. I'm just going to get more damage on me. Let's put an energy on the Absol. I'm going to switch this around. Or no, I'll just put it on the Overquill. I think this battle's done anyways. Alright. Okay, let's use Dark Mastery. And that's 60 plus 120, 180. We added another thing here, another energy. That's 200 damage. So that's going to knock out Hisuian. Oh, wait. That doesn't knock out Hisuian Growlithe. I forgot. Oh, man, I forgot. Sorry about that. I forgot. Sorry about that, viewers. I forgot about the defensive posture did land, so no damage. Alright. Now, Hisuian Growlith's turn. Will it turn the tide of this war? Let's see. Okay, Gutsy Pickaxe. I'm going to use this item. Reveal the top card from your deck. If that card is a fighting energy, attach it to one of the bench. If it's not a fighting energy, put it into your hand. It's a metal. Could we evolve? Maybe, but I don't have any more. Okay. Let's attach the metal, I guess, to Hisuian Growlith. We'll use defensive posture again. We need an odd number to prevent all damage. We got another odd number, so we're going to be preventing damage this next turn on Team Basculin as well. So a 30, that's an odd 1, 3, 5, so heads. Growlith's still sitting pretty. Alright, let's draw a card, Team Basculin. Oh, we're getting very thin. It looks like, yeah, it looks like they're going to win this. I think I know what to do. Alright, what's the retreat cost? I'm going to do something different here. Instead of using the Hisuian Samurott to just go hog wild and knock it out, because that coin flip is getting pretty tricky. We only have like 2 turns left. I don't want to die from, you know, I don't want to like die from losing all the cards in the deck, not having any. Then the opponent will win. So what I'm going to do is switch into our Hisuian Overquill via retreat cost. So how do I do that retreat cost? Well, we're going to, let me just move this off for a little bit. So the retreat cost of a Pokemon can be found in the bottom right, and the retreat cost in this Samurott is 2 colorless, so we have to discard 2 energy from it. I say we discard 2 dark energy, and then we just move it to the bench, like so. Now the Hisuian Overquill is in play. We always need to keep our damage counters like that as well when we do a retreat cost. Alrighty, now Hisuian Overquill is going to use Tormenting Poison. So, again, Tormenting Poison. Put 50 as the damage counter because of the text of the attack, and we put the poison counter. Let me find it. Where is that thing? I think it might have fell. There it is. Poisoned. Okay, so now next turn for Team Axew. Ooh, we have Roseanne's backup. So that's a cool supporter. We could shuffle something, one of these options back into our deck, but I don't think it's going to really help us. Let's try using defensive posture again. Wait, does the poison still hit, even if it's defensive posture? I guess not. Here, let's take that off. I don't think it does hit then. Alright, let's try defensive posture this time. Okay, so this time we got an even number on our defensive posture attack, so that means we don't get to prevent damage. And I draw a card. Super effective glasses for Team Basculin. We're down to 1 card left in our deck. Alrighty, now let's use Tormenting Poison. 50, alright. Next turn for Team Axew, we get another Axew. I'm going to put it on the bench. Can't do anything except for defensive posture. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, we got an odd number, but then Pokemon Checkup happens in between turns, so it's not gonna worry. We got this 50 here. It was a 50 before I moved it, so we got an odd number. It's gonna prevent any of the attacks from hitting, but we are still under effect of poison in between turns because of the Pokemon Checkup. This does another effect of poison. It adds another damage counter. That would be 100 because we have 50, and it's 50 each time because of Tormenting Poison. 100 is larger than 80, and Growlithe is KO'd. And Team Basculin may take their final prize card. And it's a Hisuian Electrode. And that's game. That's game. Alright. Whew, that was a longer stream than anticipated, but we did play a whole match of Pokemon. So yeah, that's how basically you play Pokemon. There's a lot more, but this is just like a bare bones minimum of how to play a game. really enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, to all of you. Hopefully you learned how to play Pokemon cards as well. It's a very fun game. It's very tedious when you start building all these more expensive decks, but if you could put together like a budget deck like I did and still have fun with like friends, family, neighbors, or leisure play. Not everything has to be competitive all the time in Pokemon cards. Not everything has to be about battles either. It's called the trading card game, for crying out loud. You could trade cards, you could look at their art, you could enjoy the cards without being a competitive battling person all the time. So yeah, it's a very fun game. I encourage everyone to learn it, and as well as, just have fun collecting the Pokemon cards as well. I really like this ability. I really like it a lot, but it just kind of drained our deck. Alrighty, I really like the Overquill though. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Please have a wonderful day. Please do something nice for someone. Thank you so much, Chrome Nelson and Seb the Baddie. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to this stream about Pokemon cards. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Please do something nice for someone. Get vaccinated and stay cool out there. It's supposed to be pretty hot, especially where I live. So please stay cool, everyone, and have a good day. I love you all, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.